Hello YouTube, I will be showing you a video today of Swagbucks. This is a website where you can get free stuff. Like, you earn money by searching stuff, like, let's type in like Facebook or something. And you never know when you're gonna get points for searching. Like, let's see if I get points. This needs to stop, that needs to go away. Come on, Facebook. Facebook. Search. Okay, so it would come up. After this comes up, this would be moved down, and there'd be a box like right here, and it'd say, "Oh, enter this code, and you get your points or your Swagbucks." So, you basically you get Swagbucks, which are like currency, like web currency, and you can get prizes. Like, I'll show you. You can get like anything, like PS3, which costs like 54,000 Swagbucks. Like, it's pretty intense. But I will refer you guys. I will send you an email if you leave your email and send me a message if you don't want other people seeing your email, or like put in the comment. I will send you an email, like refer you, and you can get more Swagbucks when you sign up because you got referred by somebody. But yeah, just put it in the comment box. I'll refer you as soon as I read the comment, and I'll do all that. I'll show you. I can refer people. Where is it? Invite people. Invite, refer, same thing. See, refer. See, I can find you or enter an email just manually. Yeah. But you can do that, and as soon as I read it, I will go on Swagbucks and do it. But yeah. And it's not impossible. I had a lot more. As you can see, for like swag stakes, I like and put a lot of money currency in there. I've been playing a lot of games, so you don't want to do that. But yeah, look, this is what you do. You go on YouTube, and when you're done commenting and watching this video, you go to my channel, or hit the little button that would be above the video that you found this on, that you're watching it on, and you hit this one button. You see where I see how it says subscribe, or I will find you? I will find you. Just kidding. Not really. I'm not like that. That'd be kind of creepy. But yeah, yeah, that's all I have to say. But, well, right down here, there would be a subscribe button. But it's not on my channel because I can't subscribe to myself. But yeah, you need to hit the subscribe button. Comment, rate, and all that stuff. All that good stuff. And I will bring you more videos. So yeah. Bye.